Hi, guys, and welcome to another edition of Cool Takes. On this week's episode, I'm doing something a little different. So let's get things started, and I will explain in a minute. So, recently I came across a video on another YouTuber's channel. The YouTuber's name is Mary McDonald. I came across her video because I saw somebody post a response video to one of her videos talking about feminism. And that's not what I'm going to get into today. I decided to check out her actual video that the person was responding to, as well as a couple of other videos. One of her other videos that I checked out was one called the TMI tag. And because I haven't made a video in a while and I don't really have an idea for a video right now, I thought it would be fun if I decided to do the TMI tag as well, because I don't have that many subscribers to this channel right now, and I don't have many followers on Twitter at the moment. I therefore don't really have anyone to ask me questions, so what I am going to do is just take clips of the questions that people had asked Mary, and I'm going to answer those. So I hope Mary doesn't mind me using footage from her video. So you could kind of say this is also maybe a little bit of a response video because I am using her footage. I don't know if you would call that a response video or not. But yeah, so because I didn't have any ideas for a video myself this week or lately, and because I don't have enough followers to actually ask me questions, I'm just going to go with the questions that her followers asked her, and I'm going to answer them. So let's get started.
First question, what are you wearing?
What am I wearing? You gotta love the anonymousness. That's not even a word, but I'm gonna use it. The anonymousness of the internet, where people will just ask you the most random, to the point questions. What are you wearing? Well, creepy people that ask this question, I am wearing clothes. And that's really all you need to know. Clothes. Shirt, socks, pants. I live in Canada and it's cold, so a hoodie as well. Clothes. That's all you need to know.
Number two, ever been in love?
Have I ever been in love? I thought I was once, but I was a young, stupid teenager, and looking back, probably really wasn't love. It was just the hormones of a young, stupid teenager. So, no, as of right now, as of recording this, I will say that I don't believe I ever have been in love. I love people, like I love my friends, I love my family, but in terms of like that one special person type love, I've never been in love.
Ever had a terrible breakup?
Have I ever had a terrible breakup? Who hasn't? I think we've all had terrible breakups, right?
How tall are you?
I am 5'8".
How much do you weigh?
Wow, another really personal question. Again, you gotta love the fact that the internet is anonymous and people will ask you whatever the hell they feel like. How much do I weigh? Yes, I will admit that I am slightly overweight, not to the point where I am obese, but I'm 5'8" and over 200 pounds. I am trying to lose that weight. I've been trying to exercise more, or I was exercising more, but it's really hard to get motivated to exercise when it's so damn cold out lately. I like to go for long walks to get my exercises. I'm not really a gym person, so I like to take long walks around my neighborhood. But with the cold weather, I just really haven't been motivated to go out except to go to work. So the weight that I had lost about a month and a half, 2 months ago, I think I've put back on.
OTP.
OTP, what the fuck is OTP?
What does that mean again? Oh yeah, one true pairing. So it's like your favorite coupling of people.
One true pairing. People that are my favorite couple? Fuck, I don't know. Dave and Lisa from News Radio.
A favorite show.
Favorite show? Speaking of Dave and Lisa from News Radio is probably one of my all-time favorite shows. Definitely top 5, probably top 3, and it's the only one. It's the one that immediately comes to mind right now. I think it's such an underappreciated show, especially in terms of 90s sitcoms, because there were the more popular, more beloved sitcoms of the 90s like Friends and Seinfeld, and I think News Radio was just so under the radar and so underrated and underappreciated, but it was such a damn good show. I'd recommend watching it on Netflix because it was on Netflix at one point, but they've taken it down, at least on the Canadian Netflix. If you're in the US, it might be on the US Netflix. If it is, check it out. Otherwise, I think people have probably illegally uploaded full episodes on here on YouTube. So, yeah, check that out. Not that I'm supporting illegal uploads, but definitely check out that show if you can find it.
Favorite bands.
Favorite bands, I'm going to stretch this and just say favorite artists. Some of my favorite artists are Billy Joel, Alicia Keys, Regina Spektor, Sarah Bareilles. I hope I'm pronouncing that name right. I'm probably not. Basically anyone that plays a piano. I absolutely love the piano. I always have. So any pop musician that plays the piano is probably on my playlist. Also, big Phil Collins fan and a fan of anything cheesy, one-hit wondery of like the 80s and mid-90s.
Favorite song.
Favorite song, pretty much anything by Billy Joel. I already mentioned that Billy Joel is one of my favorite artists. Pretty much any song by Billy Joel. Top couple of songs that I can think of: We Didn't Start the Fire, Miami 2017, Seeing the Lights Go Down on Broadway, Honesty, The Downeaster, Alexa.
How old are you?
I am 31.
Zodiac sign.
I was born in the early part of December, so my zodiac sign is Sagittarius.
Quality you look for in a partner.
Probably just somebody that I can have fun with. I mean, obviously you want somebody that shares at least some of the same interests that you do, but yeah, essentially just somebody I can have fun with, let loose around, and just sort of be a complete goofball, and they'll still appreciate me for being that goofball.
Favorite quote.
Favorite quote: War is over if you want it. That famous movement by John Lennon and Yoko Ono. I'm very much pro-peace. I think war, even as much as it's ingrained in our human nature, because let's face it, humans have been warring against each other since the dawn of man. But I do think that humans also have a great capacity for loving and critical and logical thinking, and if we just gave into that and sort of didn't give into our emotions as much, I think there is a possibility for peace and happiness for everyone. Maybe that's just me with wishful thinking, but that's essentially why War is over if you want it is my favorite quote, because we as humans have the potential to end war if we want to. We just seem to choose not to. Also, I'm going to include my favorite speech, and I'm going to try to include a link in this video that you can click on to go watch it. My all-time favorite speech was done by Robert F. Kennedy. I believe it was shortly after the Martin Luther King assassination, and Robert Kennedy was addressing the situation, and the speech is "The Mindless Menace of Violence." It's a tremendous speech, and I'm going to try to link to it in this video.
Favorite actor.
Favorite actor, right off the top of my head, I would have to say Jimmy Stewart. Mr. Smith Goes to Washington was one of my all-time favorite movies when I was growing up. I watched that movie constantly. I haven't watched it in a few years. I think I overloaded myself when I was younger watching it, but that was a great movie. Harvey was an absolutely terrific movie. Also, a great line in that movie, which is also another one of my favorite quotes, and I'm paraphrasing it here because I can't remember the exact quote, but it's something along the lines of, in this world, you can be oh so smart or oh so pleasant. Well, for years I was smart, but I recommend pleasant. I believe that's the quote. It might not be exactly it, but it's one of my all-time favorite quotes as well. So it seems relevant to include it here and to mention Jimmy Stewart being my favorite actor.
Favorite color?
Favorite color is red. It is without a doubt the greatest color known to mankind. There's no argument for red not being the greatest color because it's been scientifically proven. There's pie charts and graphs. I'm sure. I mean, I don't personally have them, but I'm like 100% certain that there are pie charts and graphs to back up the fact that red is the greatest color ever known to mankind.
Loud music or soft?
There's room for both in your life. It really depends on what kind of mood you're in. Sometimes you're angry and you just really want to listen to loud music to vent your frustration. Other times you just want to relax and peace out, so you put on soft music. So, I mean, for me, it just depends on my mood, but I think both are equally important.
Where do you go when you're sad?
Usually, I just space out by myself in my room, probably get lost in ridiculous YouTube videos, video games, or movies and TV shows. But yeah, when I'm sad, I don't really want to do anything or go anywhere.
How long does it take you to shower?
Anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes.
How long does it take you to get ready in the morning?
Man, I do not like getting ready in the morning. It's my least favorite thing. So if I'm working and I'm getting ready to work, I try to give myself 3 hours between waking up and then actually leaving to go to work because I just need, like, I mean, it takes me about 15-20 minutes to shower, and then on top of that, brushing my teeth and like getting dressed and stuff. Probably takes me about another 10 minutes or so. Having breakfast, if I decide to have breakfast, sometimes I don't. But when I wake up, I like to have like at least an hour just to myself before even thinking about getting ready, before thinking about having breakfast or anything. I like to just have an hour just to sort of wake myself up, whether it be spending an hour listening to music to get myself going, or maybe watching a bit of TV or whatever, just something to get me going. So altogether, from if I'm working, from the time I wake up to the time I leave, I pretty much need 3 hours just to get myself together.
Ever been in a physical fight?
I've had occasions where I've been close to physical altercations. I'm not a fighter though. I've never been a fighter. And the few instances I've been in or have been close to a physical fight, I've managed to talk my way out of it. So I have never really been in a fight. Alright, guys, so that is going to wrap things up for now. Those are only about half of the questions that were asked of Mary. So, what I'm going to do, because this is already 14 minutes long, is I'm going to stop things here and I'm going to make a part two later on and upload it next week. But for now, I'm going to stop things here. And I would just like to say thank you, everybody, for listening. If you like this video, please hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, and if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. Follow me on Twitter. I will link to that in the description box down below. And also, I'd greatly appreciate it if you guys check me out on Patreon, and if you can, support me on there. Once again, the link to that will be in the description box down below. I will see you guys next week with part 2. Bye.